Well, I know. Yeah, that'll work. That'll be better, won't it? Put something black back there as I see it. I know I got a leaking lid. It's just leaking like a sieve. We're flat out, okay? We're flat out. I got a lot of props going on here. Let me see if I can tell you what's happening. He's not doing anything. Okay. The engine is flat out, okay? And that's about 15 volts, I think. And I'm running a 5-volt circuit to the relay, and it's not overheating, but I wanted to make sure that relay had enough power to do what it was trying to do, and it does. It is pulsing. I tested everything, okay? We've got 9 volts coming out of the smoke board, which is a lot, but we got 6.3 volts into the smoke heater, and that's what we need to get this smoke. So we're doing it. We got a lot of extra wire, and I'm thinking I can bring those down once I get the harness built. I'm going to slow her down to about 50%. That's 50%. The Chuff's not hooked up. The speaker is, but I don't have the magnet in yet. That's my next step. I've been testing and screwing with this all day, basically, making sure I had what I wanted and what I thought I had. And it is there, and it is working. But the fan doesn't stop real well, so I'm gonna have to talk to the designer who I got this board from, and see if there's a way I can look at the system chips, choices, resistors, resistance, whatnot. I don't know. See if there isn't a way I can get a better break to stop it. But I needed the power for the smoke. I mean, we got to pull the smoke out, right? Push it out. So that's doing fine. This is down at, I don't know, 50%. It can go down to 30% and still look pretty respectable. When it does go down, there's less airflow, so we need less heat. But we tend to cut back on the smoke. It's bouncing around 5.4 volts, which is still a good amount of power to give you some smoke. I just gave it a fresh shot of juice. I ran out of smoke twice today testing this thing. Margaret's going to say set off the smoke alarm upstairs. The cam is doing what it's supposed to do. I tested it in every possible way. It's giving us a shot, a boost, and the motor's responding to that. But the fan just seems to keep turning in the brake process, and it's like the power's off, but I'm not getting much of a break. I'm supposed to get a break, and I don't think that's doing it, and I'm not sure what or why, but I'll talk to the engineer that helped me build this board, and we'll see what he thinks I can do, if I can do anything different. Maybe it's the motor. I don't know. Yeah, could be. But we have the puff. Oh, and then at the if you shut down, and I said it right. I didn't set it right last time. Uh-oh. No, it's not even doing it. If I shut down, I'm supposed to get... Oh, I know why it's not. That didn't shut off. There we go. I'm sorry. I got it screaming. There we go. I don't know why he's doing his bell thing. Now, I don't want you to run. I want you to sit there like that. There we go. So there's a little puff of smoke. I don't know if you can see it, but there is. And that's what we want to keep going when we're at idle. A little bit of smoke. Keep the fan going. I had it turned down for some other test. Okay. So we've got the idle, and when you take off, you got puff and chuff going. And if you got enough voltages, you'll get the heat. And it should be okay. Tidy up the wiring now, I guess. Now that I'm convinced it's doing the best it can given the circumstances. Okay, that's about as good as I can say it. And we'll try to tune it as we go and get further into the harness thing. But I was so worried. I'm just glad I got the harness. I think my next step is I'm going to go ahead and put a single magnet in. I don't think I want to do 2 at this time. I'm just a little nervous. I'm going to overload that sensor. I don't know, though. It seemed to be. Well, we know it runs full speed, right? So maybe it could handle the 2. Maybe I'll do the 2 and we'll just see. If it doesn't work, I'll take one out. All right. That's not an easy thing to do, but it's easy. Okay, folks, I guess that'll be a wrap. I'm sorry I don't have more to show or anything more fancy. It's just, I don't know, sometimes I want it to be as good as it can be, and that sometimes you can't get there, or it takes too long, or I don't know what, but I think we're going to be fine. I'll put it together, put the harness together, and rerun the test. Should be okay. Oh, the other thing I was going to show you, every time I had my stuff, I want to show you this, and I forget every time. This is the chassis I used to test my motor board in the circuit, Okay, I used this chassis with the Magna Rosa field set and the American Flyer motor, but if you'll notice, that's a wide track. That's a wide track because it's a pre-war O-gauge chassis. And I put my motor on it. And it runs. That's pretty cool. Anyway, I used that for my test when I was putting the new motor control board in, and I didn't have this ready. I wanted to test it, and I got this going up. That was kind of fun. This guy worked to a degree, but I'm too sloppy with how I've got it. I need to clean this all off and make it more accessible, and I need to have my parts somewhere, you know, maybe another container of parts somehow, but it will work. It does help to be able to punch it in and move it around. I can't run things at high temp or high voltage because these wires are much thinner. These are like 26 gauge, I think. So they're not going to handle the power. In fact, they get warm. Smoke, I had to take the motor controller off right away, and then the second thing I had to take off was the smoke. And so it can run the sensor stuff like the soundboard and the Chuff trigger and such as that. It can run that, and I can do more tests that way. But I was able to get my board configuration ironed out. I got a document on it, and now I can build this guy up and put that socket together, and we should be good to go. All right. Well, it was an okay day. The morning was really good. Finding that broken wire was exciting and saved me a lot of grief. And I think we're on the downside now. I think we're on the other side of the hill. All my concerns, I think, are wrapped up. I can't say that Chuff gave us a better puff and chuff. I think it's the puff and brake cycle is not as robust. I had it working elsewhere better. I don't know what's going on here. I got all the exact same parts, you know. I don't know. I'll talk to the engineer. Maybe there's something I did and I changed, but I don't think so. Okay. Post this so you can see it smoking, and it does, and it's fine, and we're going to have a good time later. Happy 4th of July. If you can handle it, if you can make it a happy one, please try. The game ain't over, okay? Just think that. It's not over till it's over. Later.